Hey, thanks for coming back for another episode on my master bath remodel project. Today's topic is electrical. And we're going to talk about the rough-in stage. That's before the walls are closed up. So first you do plumbing because that's where you've got limited options. You know, you've got pipes you've got to deal with. Electrical, because wires are flexible and small, that always usually goes in after that. And then you get your inspections and then you close up the walls. So we had some decisions to make early on in the planning process. Like one of them was when we decided to put in the pocket door, we had to move the wall switch for the main light out here. It couldn't go in here because the glass is right there. It couldn't go in here because of the pocket door. So we were left with limited options, and that's what we decided to do. We thought that was the best of both worlds. First device was a convenience outlet. You always need a convenience outlet somewhere near the sink for your blow dryer, for the razor, that kind of thing. And this is GFCI protected, which is going to prevent any shocks in case a device falls into the water. The other thing is a triple switch on the other side. This controls two lights, hi-hats, over the shower. And that's great because it provides really great light. And the other two are for the fan, as well as a heat lamp, which are up in the same fixture up in the ceiling. So the planning process, I knew these things that I wanted to put in, and then it was a matter of wiring for them. And one other device I had to account for was this lighted mirror. This has a box behind it that the power comes through and goes over to the outlet over there. So you turn on the switch and the light goes on. Just something to think about beforehand. Alright, enough talk, let's get to some wiring. So I'm starting with the fixtures, the hi-hats over the shower. And they're really easy to wire because they come with these press-on connectors, and this was the first one, so I only had to do a simple run. Now, what you're going to see here is the distance between these joists is not standard, so somebody really screwed up when they built this house here. I had to bend the attachment arms to get it to fit, but it worked out okay. Then it was a matter of getting the wiring from the switch up to the two hi-hats. The second one was a little bit more challenging because I had to work overhead. After installing it, I had to do the wiring and press it in. And then, of course, had to put the insulation back. I don't recommend working on insulation with short sleeves and no gloves, but I hate working with gloves. Believe me, I tried it. Now the new wall is where the power comes into the bathroom. Here I'm wiring from that outlet on the left side of the screen is the one that's facing the other direction. That's going to be for the TV. And that goes down to the switch, and then from the switch it goes to the ceiling box. And that's a 3-conductor that has a red wire in addition to the white and black. That way I can have constant power on the black, and the red wire is the one that's actually going to turn the light on and off. That's the one that's connected to the switch. I did use wire nuts here because I was going to have to take them off to connect the ceiling light later. Now on the switch you can see I have the power coming in, and I have the other wire goes out. So all the whites are getting connected together, and here I can use a press-on connector without using wire nuts. And this is wiring the vent fan with the heat lamp in it. That has a 3-conductor as well. The red lead is for the heat lamp and the black one is for the fan. Now I found that, again, I got burned by that small stud bay. There wasn't enough room in between the joists, and so I had to cut this down. And of course I really didn't need to do it in slow-mo, but I just thought the sparks looked so cool. I got a little smarter and put on a sweatshirt because I itched so much. This is the next day. And I had to put the exhaust pipe so that the air blows out to the eave. And I will put in an outside vent to it in the spring. I got got my electrical inspection this week, my rough inspection, and I passed, which is great. But I also got some advice from the inspector, which is one of the benefits of doing a permit, is that you not only get them to come and make sure that you're compliant with code, but also that your house is safe, but they also look at things to say, do they make sense? And this is where I get free advice, or, well, I actually pay for it. But so one of the things I had done was over here, I had this is going to be 3 switches that control the devices on the ceiling, and on this side I was putting an outlet, you know, for convenience to plug in a hair dryer or the shaver or something like that. And this was a metal box, and that box was there from before. It was actually held into the drywall. I got rid of that. And I was trying to figure out how I would attach it to the stud, and he gave me some good advice. He said, why have 2 of them on both sides? Why not just take a double box? And that way it's going to be easier to install my sheetrock. I won't have to cut 2 holes. He said it'll be that much easier. And logistically it makes more sense too. I don't have to worry about, you know, that metal box is kind of shallow because it's got this pipe to deal with. Now I don't have to deal with that. So that's the advice that I got from him, and I'm about to make that change right now. One thing to think about, even though I got the advice of the inspector, that I didn't think of at the time, and that is, we're right-handed. So we really do miss having an outlet on the right-hand side here, and it is something that I might wind up adding later, which I can do by cutting a hole here and tapping into the box in the wall here. So I may do that later on, because otherwise the cord is going from over there and to our right hands when, well, I don't blow dry my hair, but when my wife blow dries her hair, the cord goes across the vanity. So it's just something to think about, the logistics of it. And when you don't have walls up and you don't have a sink in, you don't think of those things. But I really should have suggested that at the time to the inspector, that there's a reason why we wanted it on that side. Live and learn. Thanks for watching. Visit my website, HandyDadTV, for more great ideas and information. Be sure to subscribe to be the first to know when new videos are posted.